Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated, 1943 to 2013. Through the years, 70 years of progress through the leadership of our past and present Supreme Basilei. Where we began. In February of 1943, Soror Elizabeth Garner's dream became a reality. With Soror Violet T. Lewis giving support and aid, the foundation of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority was laid. The Lewis Business College was the place of birth in Detroit, Michigan, the city and state of great girth. 26 women united, and the web was spun, and Alpha Chapter became number 1. In July, the Articles of Incorporation they did file. Gamma Phi Delta was on the move. They had gone the first mile. Now, any organization of worth has growing pains, but the interests and dreams they had did not wane. For our founders had faith and determination on their side. Their organizational knowledge was used as their guide. Supreme Basileus Elizabeth Garner, 1943 to 1948, our first Supreme. The founder of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated, Soror Garner instituted Alpha Chapter, the first chapter, the sorority pen, colors, song, flower, poem, first boule, and established our sorority as a non-profit corporation. August of 1943, a non-profit corporation we became, and the first board of directors was chartered in our name. The programs and ideas continued to grow. In 1944, they held the first Artists of Tomorrow show. Under Soror Elizabeth Garner's skillful and guiding hands, the 1946 Gamma Phi Delta Boule was planned. From one chapter to several, we continued to grow, and Gamma Phi Delta's name was beginning to flow. Supreme Basileus Beatrice Preston, 1948 to 1955, our second Supreme. During her term, the Northern, Far Western, Eastern, and Midwestern regions were organized. The first official publication, the National Recorder, was launched and later renamed the Lamplighter. New Phi Beta, our fraternal brothers, were formed, and the 13 Pearls were finalized. Supreme Basileus Dr. Marie Rivers Faust, 1955 to 1960, our third Supreme. During the next 5 years, there was much growth. The Southern region was organized, the executive board, and an international chapter, Alpha Beta, in Mexico City, was established. The official publication was renamed The Lamplighter, and the board did revive. National scholarships and the Phi teams were formed. Supreme Basileus K. Davis, 1960 to 1968, our fourth Supreme. Along with a successful membership drive, the chapters grew. Soror Davis established the National Awards Program and initiated the Post-Boule Tour. She felt deserving sorors should receive an award for their service and very hard work. Soror Davis also observed personalities and made awards at Boule, initiated plans for the purchase of the sorority headquarters, and instituted new programs. Supreme Basileus Dr. Luther May E. Adams, 1968 to 1976, the fifth Supreme. The Quad States region was organized along with Gamma Beta Iota chapter in the Bahamas, and the Building Fund Life membership was initiated. She instituted associate memberships, the male and female auxiliaries, and revamped the corporate structure of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated. Dr. Luther May E. Adams served for 8 years as Supreme. During her term, the sorority headquarters was purchased and new programs were added. She became the first living pearl in memoriam at her demise in January 1977. Supreme Basileus, Dr. Catherine E. Bozeman, 1976 to 1986, the sixth Supreme. The sorority headquarters mortgage and loan were paid, and the headquarters was redecorated and furnished. The headquarters cornerstone was laid, and the Luther May E. Adams Endowment Fund and the Gaston Endowment Fund were established. Her plans were many, and with her knowledge, devotion, understanding, support, and God on our side, the sorority did grow. In 1979, Dr. Bozeman chaired the only offshore boule Gamma Phi Delta had in Nassau, Bahamas, where a record number of members and their families enjoyed this history-making event. Supreme Basileus, Dr. Willie B. Kennedy, 1986 to 1992, our seventh Supreme. Established the South Atlantic region, awarded the 40-year pen designed by Sora Alva J. Young, formulated the 5-point program MEEPS, the Heritage Fund, and the Heritage Tiles designed by Sora Dorothy Hill. The Basilei Council, 2 undergraduate chapters, and a seat on the National Board for an undergraduate representative was during her term. It was also during her term that the Anne McElwee Phi Teen Perpetual Fund was established, revived the administrative board, and the wearing of our colors, pink and blue, giving us recognition that was long overdue. Ribbons for Africa was adopted at the 1986 Boule as a national project of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated. Sora Kennedy was a true poet. She wrote the Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Founders Day commemoration in 1974 and revised it in 2008. The Gamma Phi Delta Sorority 50th Anniversary Tribute in 1994, and many other poems throughout her lifetime. Supreme Basileus, Francis Lowe Jarrett, 1992 to 1996, our 8th Supreme. Completed the renovation of the headquarters, including a lighted sign and gated fence. Led the 50-year Heritage Celebration in Washington, D.C., and the March to the Capitol with the presentation of a position white paper written by Soros. Established the Office of Supreme Third Anti-Basileus and the undergraduate scholarship. Installed and dedicated the Willie B. Kennedy Heritage Hall, and the Golden Heritage Cookbook was published and sold. The design of the national postcard was under her term, and the Dr. Bozeman Library was enhanced to preserve the library's archives. Supreme Basileus Patricia A. Daniels, 1996 to 2000, our 9th Supreme. Developed leadership training, team management committees, implemented compiled reports, and enhanced the National Council. Led the participation in the National Make a Difference Day, which gave us a link to national programs. She instituted SMART and embraced the MEEPS program, promoted growth and unity through workshops on leadership, and many new programs were established. Membership, education, and communication were very important to her, and a paper person she proved to be. Supreme Basileus Bessie D. Long, 2000 to 2004, our 10th Supreme. Sora Long established the Literature Review Committee to review our Constitution and bylaws and updated our handbook. Promoted the establishment of youth groups to those chapters without one, and made scholarships a high priority. During her term, the Board of Trustees was reorganized, and a librarian was appointed to expand the headquarters library to meet the demand. An inactive member survey was advanced to challenge the chapters and regions to work toward growth in keeping with our oath. Implemented the refiling of the national trademark, the torch and scroll and crest, through the efforts of Sora Laverne Wilson. Promoted the establishment of a national website which was designed and managed by Sora Laverne Wilson, then Supreme Editor-in-Chief. Supreme Basileus Patricia A. Daniels, 2004 to 2012, our 11th Supreme. Expanded administrative services to include a Human Resources Committee. Appointed national liaisons to the NAACP, Business and Professional Women. Expanded administrative board training of Chapter Basilei to become inclusive for any member. Revised National 5-Point Program MEEPs to add more current categories. Combined Ribbons for Africa, Helping Hands for Haiti, and Heifers International as part of the Global Connections Project. Expanded the inductions of more honorary members, built new partnerships with Macy's, Sister Soldier, and the American Heart Association Go Red for Women. Revised the Handbook, Constitution, and Bylaws. Combined the National Observation of October, Breast Cancer Awareness, to include the National Make a Difference Week, Domestic Violence Awareness, and Business Women's Week. March, Month of Kindness, to include Women's History Month, with special tribute to First Lady Mrs. Michelle Obama, second Sunday in March. Increased awareness of the Children's Defense Fund, the NAACP, and the National Council of Negro Women, Incorporated, relating to specific issues, women, girls, children. Represented Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated as a board participant of the NCNW and National Affiliates Assembly. Supreme Basileus Rebecca H. Ford, 2012 to 2016, our 12th Supreme. Supreme Ford is still carrying out our founder's dreams. She is moving ahead with challenges and charges to each of us as women of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated to strengthen our community through service by strengthening our chapters through membership. There is strength in numbers. During her tenure, Membership Clicks is now available to Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated members for online access through the efforts of Sorors Denise Smith and Donna Harrell. Her travels have been in February, the National Officers Midwinter Board Meeting, March through May attending the regional conferences, preparing committee assignments, and spearheading the preparation for the 2013 National Administrative Board Meeting in Charlotte, North Carolina. In Supreme Basileus Ford's words, let us make the commemoration of our 70th year a time to reflect on what Gamma Phi Delta means to each of us and how we can honor the legacy left to us. We must renew our commitment to this great organization and remind those who have relaxed their commitment that they made a pledge to this sisterhood for life. Each of us must be an example of what it means to be a woman of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority. Your spark will be the contagious spirit drawing others to the fire. Now is the time. Our journey in Gamma is far from complete. I encourage each of you to walk this path with me to take Gamma Phi Delta to even greater heights. The possibilities are endless. We must all continue to fulfill our obligations and remain united in our efforts to build a better tomorrow for Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Recruit, retain, reclaim. 70 years ago, Gamma Phi Delta Sorority was given birth that filled a need to prove the business and professional woman's worth. The organization fulfilled our founder's lifelong dream to give to a neglected group of educated women self-esteem. Yes, 70 years of progress we celebrate with glee. Refinement, culture, peace and harmony has always been the key. that unlocked our hearts and bound our hands as SARS of this land. Yes, we will honor and praise thy name, and we will never, never bring thee shame. We will always uphold the goals and aims of our founder's dream and promise to never lower our self-esteem. This 70th celebration PowerPoint utilized excerpts from the 50th Anniversary Tribute and Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Founders Day Commemoration, written by past Supreme Basileus Dr. Willie B. Kennedy, compiled and illustrated by Sora Laverne Wilson, Chairperson, Gamma Phi Delta Sorority celebrating 70 years of sisterhood, narrated by Sora Phyllis L. Jr.